Ever.
It's made with dough and then we throw it into the air.
Into the air.
Yeah! Soon we'll add some sauce and then some cheeses, and then we bake.
Just like a cake.
Yummy, yummy, that's a pizza pie.
Yummy, yummy, you toss me in the sky.
Pizza pie is very nice, it's good to eat them by the slice. Yummy, 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 making pizza so much fun. Hey, who ordered the talking pizza?
Did
Was
he
it
say hey?
the talkie or the turkey or chocolate?
Who ordered the Tudurkin pizza?
I thought he said shucksing pizza. That's what I thought he said.
Yeah, I would. Elmo, he's a real card, telling jokes all the
God,
time.
it's so irritating. It's just
Was that a commercial?
I think that was an actual.
That was.
poll.
I was talking about a commercial. The yummy yummy. Here's a pizza pie thing. That was actually a sample from the show.
Oh, okay.
That was actually Brian just singing. You didn't see it.
I love Elmo the Grouch.
He's my favorite. So we.
How did we get away with Oscar the Grouch? By the way, like
do you
it's
mean?
clearly just a homeless bum on the street living in a garbage can and not very happy about it. It's just
like Oscar the Grouch.
how did we get? How did? Okay.
I loved Wormy.
Well, I guess that's part of the problem too. Oscar's a homeless guy that lives in a cage.
Can we talk about this? Who did you just say you love?
Wormy.
Who's Wormy?
Isn't Wormy the little worm that used to like lift weights with Oscar the Grouch's friend, like orange?
Two different shades of
Orange
orange
and
stripes.
like
or
orange
like
and yellow. Yeah.
Wasn't he imaginary as well?
That would be Mr. Snuffleupagus.
No, not Snuffy.
No, the character that you're talking about, for years, I insisted his name was Smiley. Smiley.
Because he always had a little smile on his
Because he had a
wormy
little
face.
smile on his face. A little smile on his face. Wormy and Smiley. The real name of that character is Slimy, because he's a worm, and Slimy is on the show.
Huh.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you want facts, I'll give them to you. I'll bring it all up. You guys who won't know anything about children's shows, I got them covered. And Olivia married Luis, too, if you guys want to talk about that.
Oh, did on the air?
Yeah, Mr. Hooper's dead.
Well, I know Hooper's dead.
She married someone named Louise.
Yeah, Luis,
Oh, Luis.
the handyman.
I know. That's true.
He used to fix the toasters and whatnot next to Hooper's store.
I don't know how you know so much about that.
To deliver the
Yeah, I don't know. When you walk out of the room, that little person that's running around that you trip over, that's why. That's why I know about it.
Really? Sesame Street already?
I mean, already, Sesame Street's geared towards kids that are like.
I thought it was more like 4, 5s and ups.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like that, like
my kid-
Teletubbies.
my
Like
kid-
that.
No, Teletubbies to me are even younger.
That's what I mean. That's what I thought that Sesame Street was.
No, there's like numbers and letters and like words and spelling and stuff on there.
I always get excited for Sesame Street, but then when I watch it, I realize I'm just not into it anymore.
If it wasn't for Sesame Street, I wouldn't know how to read.
You get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a
8,
great
9,
song.
10. Once that happens on there, you'll remember you love it.
That is a good song. You know that's the Pointer Sisters.
Is it really?
Yeah. Before no one knew it, they weren't very popular. They just hired him to come in.
Then I
and do
refuse to
some-
listen to it ever again.
Go right.
Speaking of TV, you know, Mr. Whipple died, the Charmin man.
Honestly, if you would have told me he died in 1982, I would have believed you. I would have never known that Mr. Whipple was still alive.
Dick Wilson died. I think he was like 80-something.
Say his name again.
Dick Wilson.
His name's Wilson.
This is him talking about doing his Charmin auditions.
I was the co-producer of a show in Las Vegas, and my agent called, and he said, "How do you feel about toilet paper?" And I said, "I think everybody should use it, especially if they're coming to my house." And he said, "They want you for an audition." I said, "How do you audition toilet paper?" He said, "It's a screen test." I said, "That's worse. That's a permanent record." He said, "Will you go down and see them?" So I went down the following day. We shot it, put it on film, mailed it or shipped it that night to New York, and we did our first Charmin commercials. Are you ready? Next Monday in Flushing, Long Island.
No.
Can I ask you a question? I didn't realize he did that interview on the Cackling Hens show.
No, there was some commercials going in back of him. But you know, he's dead, man. He also played. Dick Wilson played the drunk on Bewitched.
Can't
Do
believe
you guys
his name
know
is
that?
Wilson.
What time is the floor show? There isn't any. Isn't this a Club Bimbo?
No, it's La Petite Maison.
Who stole the Club Bimbo?
I'm afraid I don't know.
I get it. Beautiful but dumb. In that case, let's go straight to my apartment.
Whoa.
He's a real ham.
Well, God rest your soul. You got anything more of him? Or
Well, Dick Wilson was also the son of had a daughter named Melanie Wilson who was
And
on
she
Perfect
was on,
Strangers.
Yeah, Perfect Strangers.
And this is Melanie Wilson talking about her father.
Cousin
Being
Larry
dead?
Appleton's wife.
When I was about 6 years old and started kindergarten, the teacher had all the kids stand up on their first day of class and say what their parents did for a living. So one little boy stood up and said, well, my dad's a doctor. And one little girl stood up and said, well, my mom's a teacher. And I stood up and said, well, my dad's a drunk. Well, we were so happy that Dad had a steady job and was so wonderful doing his job. They called my parents and they had a meeting with the principal.
That Melanie Wilson.
Oh,
She's
what
a trip.
What a scam.
What a card.
So what's his name?
And they arrested him.
Dick Wilson.
Dick Wilson. God,
Richard Wilson.
We hardly knew you. Well, I guess we kind of did know you sort of well. Well, congratulations on not having a life anymore.
That's really weird. My father used toilet paper, too.
Ironic. It's ironic. Dramatic irony.
And he was a drunk.
Ouch. How do I segue into the next story? Let's see. Oh, so we were talking about before the Christmas rush that we were getting into, the Christmas story and the Black Friday and all that shopping and stuff. When you do your Christmas shopping, I don't know if you guys have had a chance. If you get a chance, what I prefer for this holiday is Kiss Kiss Golden Diamonds. Kiss Kiss Golden Diamonds.
What's that?
That's a new new lipstick that's being sold at what's the name of that high-end store?
Bloomingdale's?
Nope.
Target.
No.
Barney's?
Lord and Taylor.
Bergdorf Goodman. Bergdorf Goodman. They're selling Kiss Kiss Golden Diamonds. It's lipstick made of 18 karat gold, 2.2 carats of diamonds, rubies and emeralds. For one tube, $62,000.
Jesus. How many carats do you think they killed to make that tube?
It's really sad. It's really sad. I couldn't even imagine understanding what the point is, other than to tell people, you know what I'm wearing is so expensive right now.
My lips are worth more than your car and house.
So if you guys get a chance, I'd like you to purchase that for me. Or if not, maybe Wrigley Field. I'd like you to purchase Wrigley Field for me. If you guys didn't know, there's Octagon Incorporated. It's like a marketing firm that is actually now evaluating the city of Chicago to see what naming rights can be sold in the city of Chicago to help them get out of debt.
Best in Show Field.
Yeah, I mean, they've talked about it for years. How fields are always the first thing to go, but it looks like they're like going through the whole town. That there's even like like the train. Like there's all sorts of great things that can be named for us in Chicago. So think about it. Huh.
I just thought Slimy Field.
They're naming parts of cement blocks for the new Shea Stadium or the new Mets Stadium that's going to open in 2009.
How much?
They're like $100 or $200. They're not expensive, but I think they're subject to pre-approval, and anything that looks like a business name, they would probably deny. They want the Connor family, whatnot.
How about Senor Bestinjo?
Yes, that one will work. But I guess it's worth a try to ask them about it.
Why not?
Leroy Jenkins. That'd be great.
I'd like that. I'd go for that. Oh, man. The other thing that I found interesting this week, and I'm sorry I'm starting to rattle things off because I've got a boogie out of here in the next 10 or 15 minutes, so I'm trying to get everything that I can. You guys are welcome to do a longer show if you want. I just have to get the hell out of here. It's up to whatever you want to do. The Audrey Underwear Company this week in Taiwan, on November 21st, it was like the anniversary of the creation of the company, so they called it the Camisole Day, and they suggested all their female employees come to work wearing undergarments. 90% of the 500 obliged, and actually showed up at work wearing bras and panties and and teddies and nothing else. Only
hot.
Sick job.
Chicks in underwear, bro.
Panties.
What's the median age? I would love to know. It's like 50.
No, the median age was 103. It's Taiwan.
Oh.
You know what I would have loved to see that day? Boobs.
Sick. But I find it amazing that they got away with doing it, and that these women actually obliged and actually came to work in their underwear. Like, I mean,
Do you think any men strapped on a bra and came in?
I'm